Okay guys, that's the cutout, and you are going to know everything about how it works. Well, that will be another video, but in this video you will see all parts this gear housing consists of, and you will know and you will have no doubt about what you need to order. That's the setup. No guys, I'm not the blogger. I'm just hiding from the rain here because the storm is promised. So, but you will see a lot of useful information. So like in advance, subscribe, and let's go. Okay guys, we have gear housing prop shaft in the service manual drawing, and we have a wonderful website. No, they didn't sponsor this video. Crowley Marine, and I'm not even in the US. So, but this is the best website where you can see all part numbers and even order, I think, the cheapest one. So that's really convenient. You just click on the number and you see the part number and price. So we have the drawing from here and from there, and let's go. And the interesting part, guys, that we are going to research about all these parts on the real coated gear housing by inserting all parts there. I think it's quite unique content, don't you think so? So, and first let's start from these parts. This is called the cup in some service manual, or in the same service manual sometimes it's called the race, and this is the tapered roller bearing, and they always go together. You have to order them together and replace together. This is said in the service manual. And this is the forward gear, 23 teeth. They are both connected together. You don't need to disassemble them. Is it correct? When you don't need it. So this is also from the service manual. You only disconnect all parts when you need it. Otherwise you don't. So I haven't done this when I remove them. So we are talking about this and this. It is one part, and also we have this, which is called shim. You will see now, but let's look first to the Crowley Marine website, and here you can see them 4 and 5. This is like co-op question mark. It's like where I can order this, but later I researched and I found they are always go together, and this is the part number on the moment when you see when I record this video. Probably this will change later. So they are always go together, and that is this is the shim you have seen. So okay, let's show you once again, and this is the part of shim set. I will show you later. So you cannot order just this one. When you click, you also will see that you cannot do this. And if we are looking at the drawing from the service manual, you will find them here. So this is the bearing, tapered bearing, roller bearing, and this is the cup or the race, and this is the shim. So we have them here. Yeah, and also from the service manual you can read how they are named there. Well, okay, so before we put all stuff here, all the stuff that we just mentioned, I should also say about this bearing there, and of course about this gear, which I already mentioned, and about the shim. So shim is always the set of shims. You cannot buy just this one part. For example, the shim will also be used on the drive shaft here, and they are the shim set. So several different thickness of the shims. Why? It's covered in another video. Don't ask me now if you don't know. So, and the forward gear and the bearing we have here and here on the Crowley Marine, it doesn't look like the gear, but if we look to the service manual, then we see that it looks like the gear here. So the gear and the bearing, and they are called here like forward gear and roller bearing. So now you know what to order. Okay, that's the time to put all them together. So this shim is going here. I don't explain now all things about the shim. Then we have this race or the cup here. Yep, so I also don't mention special tools that I used to put them here, and that will be in another video. Yep, so let me come from another side and try to push them. I think they should go here. Yeah, so we have them on the place here, and now it's the time for the tapered bearing and the forward gear. They are already connected together, so that's how we have them here. Let's do a close look up so you can see. Yeah, so the shim stops here on the wall. Yeah, so the race and the bearing, so it should be very clear for you how it works. Okay, and now we should go to the drive shaft, and we have again the drawing from the service manual, which is a little bit nicer because it shows bearing as bearing, not just as something not understandable as it's here on the Crowley Marine. Well, and here we first start from, okay, this bearing on the Crowley Marine, they have the mistake, maybe they will fix it, but for years it's not fixed. So they put 15 to this part number. Actually 15 belongs to this bearing, which is here. I have it here because I decided not to remove this from the old housing, but rather buy the new one. But at least you know this bearing, and you can click to 15 to see the part number. So below there we have this part number 10 and 12, and it is here, and the better drawing is 11 and 12 here. You can click and see the part number. You especially need the 12, which is the nut, and it's just one time used nut. You never should use the old one. I have a lot of information about this nut in my another video. Unfortunately, I think it never will be in English because it's 1 hour speaking with strange accent that people don't usually like. So the nut, well, and then we have what is called, I think it's called pinion gear, right? Yeah, wait a moment. Yes, I'm right. Pinion gear, 14 teeth. It's called, and it goes on the bottom of the drive shaft. It connected there. Well, you will see this now. Not now, but soon. Let's go on the top of the drive shaft. Here we have the shim. I already told that it belongs to the shim set. You cannot buy them separately. And we again have here the bearing and the race or the cup. They all go together. And we have the nut. I have it here. The nut. Let me show this for you. This is the nut. Again, you click to the part number on the trolley marine and you understand which part is it. It is so, and this is the race or the cup, and this is the shim. Again, belongs to the shim set. Let me show you on the drive shaft. So this is the drive shaft, and that's the bearing you have seen on the drawing. I didn't remove it from the drive shaft because I don't need to do this if it's okay. And this is the race or the cup which goes here, and once again they are always ordered together. Once again, these two parts. Well, I think that's time to put the drive shaft and connect the pinion to the case. Ребят, вот эту часть я не хочу повторять дважды, поэтому она будет мультиязычной. Guys, I won't repeat this twice, so this part will be multi-language. Sorry if someone doesn't like it. Yeah, so here we have the driving shaft. Итак, у нас здесь, значит, вертикальный вал. Yep. I don't show you all stuff we have here. Пока я вам не буду показывать то, что у нас там в той стороне. У нас важно, что у нас вот здесь вот вышла гайка. The important part that we have the thread here. Не гайка, а резьба. Так, пора перейти на вот этот режим. Окей, let's do the different... Oh, well, that's even better. Так даже лучше. Видите, да? Резьба у нас. Вот это. I meant this thread. So, now... It should have been done different way. В реальности не так надо было сделать. Надо было сперва пиньончик поставить туда, а потом вал. Сейчас я это повторяю. First, you have to locate pinion there, and then the drive shaft. То бишь, вот так я туда его вставляю, а потом только уже этот вал. Во. Вот теперь они вместе. So, now you can see. First, you put the pinion gear and then the drive shaft. I will show you close look up. Oops. Yeah. Now you can see. That's fine, yeah? I just put it here, nothing more. No parts, just the drive shaft. Просто вот поставил сюда этот вал вертикальный. Сперва пиньончик сориентировав. И вот они вместе уже, все. В принципе, можно даже гайку не закручивать для демонстрации того, как работает, но мы ее все равно прикрутим. Yeah, I can do this even without the nut to demonstrate you how it works. But let's put the nut anyway there, without any specific tools that you have to use when you doing the new gear housing correctly. Без всякого инструмента, да? То есть просто чисто для демонстрации. Вот так вот. Вот, видите, у нас эта часть уже заработала. As you can see, this part already works well. Sorry guys, but I was really in rush because the wife will soon call me to the barbecue. Barbecue, I mean grill, the grill, so sorry for the multi-language, but well, let's go to this part. So the shim, sorry, again, I already put it there. Okay, you can actually see this, so the shim, but I mentioned this before, so it should be no problems to understand you what I meant. The bearing, it was on the drive shaft, so we have the cup now. So the cup, well, it just goes there. Yeah, the cup. And then the nut. you have all parts number. This video is not about how to assemble this, but about the part numbers. You have it there. Guy, what are you doing? You are hitting this. Yeah, I don't care. So we have it there. Let's imagine they're connected rightly and all is in place. And let's continue to research on the part numbers before we have our grill barbecue. Okay, and now let's back again to the gear housing prop shaft, and let's talk about the prop shaft itself and the clutch. And actually this part we have already assembled, and I have a separate video about this, unfortunately not in English, but I'm sure you will find a lot of information in better English than mine in internet about how it's built. Oh well, I will put in description and you can see my video, not in English unfortunately. So, and there is all information about the parts, but I'm pretty sure you can find a better video about this. So we put it now here, but before this we should mention also these parts again, the bearing and the back gear, how it's called correctly, wait a moment, not back it's something else, reverse gear 23 teeth. So this one and the bearing is here, so that is 49 and 50, 49 50 49 reverse gear and ball bearing, just ball bearing, nothing special. So these two parts, and again on the Crowley Marine where it doesn't look like the gear, but doesn't matter, 15 16, you click and you know part numbers. I will put them also to the description. So we put them now, oh, wrong, we put them now from sorry guys, yeah, I'm really dreaming about my grill, my barbecue. So we put it this way and put it there. Let's see, and let's do this without any words so that it can be used for both English and non-English version. Okay, that's how we get it. Well, it doesn't matter now if this is right or not. Let's go to the bearing carrier and put it here. Well, wait a moment, it's the video not about how to assemble the gear housing, but about the parts. So let's talk about the parts, about this one. Okay, the beer. No, stop dreaming about the beer and barbecue. The bearing carrier. So we have the housing of the bearing carrier here. Yeah. So on the Crowley Marine is 17. You click and you know the part number. You can buy the full assembly. I think I bought once when in the winter time it was damaged. In the service manual we have it here, 51. The 52 is the O-ring. You should replace them all the time, and regardless appearance. That is set in the service manual. This is the O-ring. You should to replace them. It's quite standard. You click on the part number and you see it. Why the groove is here, I don't know. If somebody knows, who knows, If they knows, they don't look my stupid videos, I think. So, but if somebody knows, tell me why this groove is here. I don't know. It is not for the O-ring. And the next one we have here sealing 1, 2, and we have the ball bearing. And not ball again, just bearing. Stop talking about balls. So we have the bearing. This is 19. You click on the Crowley Marine and you know the part number. The bearing here, it is 53. It's about what lubricate we put here, and 54 and 55 are sealing parts. They're quite standard. You have to replace them all the time when you open this place. And one more important thing about this second on the Crowley Marine, you click and you know the part number. This is the spring. It doesn't mean this like autumn, summer, winter, spring. It's another spring. So it's 58 here, and let me show it for you. I will try. Hey, spring is coming, winter is coming. So the spring is here. You can see it's stuck there in the old housing, so I will order the new part number to replace it, but it goes here, there to the thread. So you have to know this tool. Okay, I'm now not opening this because I think again you have a lot of good English speaking video about this part and you can understand how to open them. We just cover the part numbers here. Okay, let's go and put it here. And do this again without any words so that I can use this in different language. Wow, that's super. I didn't expect this, and it's absolutely fine, amazing that I found it here right in front of me. And now let's talk about the camshaft. We put it here. I don't mention anything else about this camshaft because it's fully covered in my video about the clutch and this part and about how it's damaged when the stone hit this place. Unfortunately not in English. I will do the English video anyway about some things about the situation, about guys, I don't know if you will like to listen me, but the video will be really useful about how we hit the stone here and what has happened with this place. Yeah, but now we have to cover the shift shaft, this part, shift shaft, yeah, which goes there on the up. And let's cover its part numbers. Oh, let's finally burn it and finish our part research. That's by the way the lamp I am going to use also in gearhousing repairing. Okay, the shift shaft And that's easy. We have the shift shaft itself. Well, I don't even cover this. 14 we have retaining ring. This one I don't even think what could be the problem that you will need to replace this, so I don't cover this on the crawling marine. 17, you can just click and see part number, but the most interesting part is 19 on the crawling marine. You can click and see the part number, and in the service manual this is 16, which is called O-ring, and we have it here. You have to replace this regardless appearance that is set in the service manual. And the next sealing, we have this black one, which is the part number 17 in the service manual I have, which is called oil seal, or on the crawling marine again it is 20. You click and see the part number. And the plastic part on the crawling marine 18, you click and see the part number, or 15 in the service manual that I have, which is called bushing assembly. It is that one which will come with this sealing, I guess. I don't know, because it seems that I will only order this part and this sealing, but at least you are covered. You know now what you have to order. And we put this sealing there, yeah, and then we put the drive shaft there. Not the drive shaft, but the shift shaft. We put it here and it comes there. Oh, that's absolutely wonderful. I like it. Wow, it works here. Well, that will be another video how it works and what does it mean. And also in another video I tell you about this part which I broke. So amazing, don't you think so? If you do, then I don't know why you didn't like it yet. So, and the last part I think we have to cover, it's that one which is over there. So 26 on the crawling marine, you can click and see what is the part, and inside this part we have 27, 29, 28. They are all sealing, because if we go to the service manual it's 24, 26, 25, at least in the service manual I have. And we have them here like O-ring, oil seal, oil sink, O-ring, you can see, and oil seal, oil seal there to oil seal. But on your place I would replace just the full part, which is called water pump base. It is this one. I would replace it in whole. I don't know, in some cases maybe even less expensive. It goes here, yeah, and there. Guys, I think I won't cover the water pump parts, because there are a lot of better English video about these things, and it's quite easy and quite standard about the water pumps. So I don't want you to be bored with my English, which is not even Scandinavic accent. So that's all. Please subscribe, like. If you dislike, don't dislike, just say me in comment that I hate you, I hate this video, and that's all. Thank you guys, bye. And it's the time of my barbecue.